Were you wearing pee-pee socks? I bet nobody said that to you in one of these interviews before.
Hey, all you cool cats. Ready for a little fun? That's what I thought. Pop Talk, Scooby-Doo-Wah-Doo-Wah, Pop Talk. The fun never stops, you know, Pop Talk. If you're a nerd or a jock, run, don't just walk. Get ready to rock, you got Pop Talk.
Now, from Funko Hollywood, it's time for Pop Talk.
Hey everybody, it's your pal Funmaker Mike. We're back for another episode of Pop Talk. You're never gonna believe who we have today. You know her from Desperate Housewives and a million other things, which we'll get to today. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome Teri Hatcher.
Hi.
Wow, I can't believe
for
you're
having me.
actually here with me today on this show.
This is fun, I'm excited.
While we're talking today, build a pop.
Just while we're talking.
Yeah, just have fun,
Okay.
build whatever, you know, there's no wrong answers here. It can be you, it can be alter ego you, or just anything, something fun.
My big question is do I need my glasses? But I think I can see. I think I can see
I
well
pulled
enough.
a couple accessories for you already. A fishing pole.
Oh,
'Cause I
did
know
you know
you
that
like to
I like
fish.
fishing?
That's
I do
what
like
heard.
fishing.
Here's another one for you, a golf club.
I started playing golf again at the range during COVID.
What's your handicap?
My handicap is I'm so handicapped that I don't even have a handicap.
Okay.
That's my handicap.
All right. So as you know, Teri, Funko is a collectibles company. Do you, Teri Hatcher, collect anything?
I do. I started my collecting of salt and pepper shakers 30 years ago. I have over 250 salt and pepper shakers. I could probably open my own museum at this point. I tend to stick with the Japanese 1950s era. I love my salt and pepper shakers. They sit on window panes all around my house. I started collecting probably 15 years ago vintage whiskey decanters.
Yeah.
So I have a really nice collection going of those.
Do you tend to like a lot of that Japanese aesthetic from the 50s and 60s kind of look?
I do. I mean, I have a mid-century house.
Oh,
I
yeah.
love color. I do think I blend that sort of Japanese vintage and mid-century. It's a good collection. I wear glasses, so she's gonna wear glasses. Okay, suddenly, I mean, it's just the beginning, but why did I start creating an old lady?
The librarian you.
I guess it's the librarian in me. All right, I'm gonna embrace that.
What do you believe was your breakout role?
I have an interesting career that I sometimes compare to like a cat with 9 lives. Like I just won't go down. Because I've had a lot of highlights that, you know, especially when I meet fans and you sort of see like, oh, somebody really loved me as Lois Lane, and somebody, boy, people just love that line from the Seinfeld episode. They're real and they're spectacular.
And by the way, they're real and they're spectacular.
And then I was also a Bond girl, and
Yeah.
that feels like a lane. And then, of course, Desperate Housewives was a really big international hit. And then there's been movies, Soap Dish or The Big Picture, that there's kind of these culty fans. And Coraline, of course. There's really quite a few different lanes of where different fans will be like, that's the thing that made you my favorite. Technically, I guess Lois and Clark would have been the first sort of international. England was really into that show. France was really into that show. It was sort of global. I guess that was really a big moment.
What's your favorite role?
I'm really proud of the voice work that I did in Coraline because I played all the mothers, which was sort of 3 versions of a same character.
I'll give you to the count of 3. 1, 2.
That movie was just a masterpiece of art and artists, and I was so proud to be a part of it. I think I also love the joy that some of the characters I've done has given people, so it's hard for me to choose. I try to have a good time doing whatever I'm doing.
My favorite one was Gretchen.
That was the first movie I ever did.
It was?
Yeah.
Wow.
Actually, I don't know if you remember this, there's a scene between Kevin and myself. In that scene, behind the couch that we're sitting on is a giant 8 feet tall picture of me. It's kind of mocking that famous Raquel Welch bikini photo that she does from like 1000 BC or whatever. apparently from my character's a movie she's in. I kept that in a storage unit for 30 years. And finally my daughter was like, you need to hang that in the house, Mom. And I thought maybe I should.
Is there an actor that you looked up to and you always wanted to emulate, or anything that like, I hope someday I can aspire to be like this?
I do remember being obsessed with the movie Tootsie. Particularly there's a scene, Terry is fighting with Dustin Hoffman when he just reveals that he's, been playing this woman of Tootsie. And it's this comedic, like boom, boom, the way the timing goes.
Stick everything out on the line.
I just was obsessed with it.
Don't get mad at me.
Well, stop being a doormat then.
I'm not a doormat.
Act right now.
There was another one, Richard Dreyfuss, his timing in The Goodbye Girl, when she's hanging all of her nylons in the bathroom and he comes in and he says, I don't like the panties hanging on the rod.
I like to take showers every morning and I don't like the panties drying on the rod.
And it's just this rhythm, and maybe because I grew up as a dancer, that was dialogue, that was kind of always how I heard it. I just met him like a month ago for the first time at a Comic-Con, actually. I told him I was a big fan, and then I said, like any geeky fan, I was just like, and that's one of my favorite lines, and I just, you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, she has a top. Now she's a librarian cleaning dishes with gloves.
Oh yeah. What's your favorite movie soundtrack of all time?
It was a favorite thing to do was to go to the Hollywood Bowl and listen to when they would do the Philharmonic playing, John Williams scores or whatever from movies. And I love that. I put on the most recent Little Woman soundtrack from 2019 version of that movie. And it's just a nice kind of background, relaxing music to listen to while I'm working.
In this 9 lives long career you've had, has there ever been a time where you've just gotten tired of the whole business, where you just said, the heck with it, I want to retire, I'm done with this?
Last week, no. But the truth is, no. I don't think I feel that way. I think I'm really lucky and really blessed to be able to actually even make a choice about it, to be able to decide if I want to work or not. If the project's great, the character's great, the people involved, I'd like to keep working forever. I don't think I ever want to stop being creative. And it's fun to have a new challenge and start a new project and then wrap that up. It kind of keeps you alive, I think.
Do you ever think, oh, you know what, I've got this idea, I want to do this animated short, or I want to do this short film, or I want to do whatever, and I want to do it my way, I know who I'm going to have in it, I don't care if it makes a profit or if it gets shown. Do you ever have
my version of that, I guess, is like I have this vintage VW bus van that I've had for 30 years, 1978. And I decided to just start taking it out and driving it around and having random people get in and talk to me about life. And I called it Van Therapy, and we filmed it very low key. And we threw that up on YouTube. The idea of doing that was to sort of just connect people to, I think it kind of came out of, in 2016, sort of the beginning of us feeling like our society is more and more divided than it's ever been. And that's only continued to grow, unfortunately. And so I sort of thought that this Van Therapy thing was a way of saying, listen, we're all more alike than we think, and let's just get together in an old beat up, vintage van that literally I can't drive that thing down the road without people stopping and going, oh my God, look at that car. It's like there are certain things, cars, music, food, those things I think unite people across their divisiveness. So I did both of those things. I did my little Van Therapy show, and then I also started a thing in my kitchen where I would cook food. It was called Don't Eat Shit Out of a Box. And I was trying to get people to not eat processed food on a budget. So I think I'm answering your question by saying yes, I'm very into starting my own ideas and seeing if I can make them happen, but I don't have unlimited financing.
Yeah.
So maybe not.
One of the nice things about the position you're in now is you can use that platform for some of the organizations you work with.
One of them that I love is at the beginning of COVID, I think everyone was looking to adopt dogs. And so I, of course, like everyone else, went on petfinder.com and I was trying to rescue a dog. And I kept applying for these dogs and I would never hear from anybody. Almost to the point where I would think, this is a scam. And then finally, I got called. So I went and met this dog and his name was Pumpkin. And he was a real mess when I got him. But I'm like, love this dog, I'm gonna take this dog, I'm gonna make him better. And as he started to heal, the temperament was like, he loves everyone, loves every animal, doesn't bark ever. And I had always worked with Children's Hospital Los Angeles as a volunteer. And I suddenly thought, do I have a dog therapy dog? And so I found out what you have to do. You have to go through quite a bit of testing with the dog to make sure that he won't react to anything. But anyway, after all of that, we passed. So we became an official dog therapy comfort team at Children's Hospital, where you go into the patient's room and the dog sits on the bed, and you know, the patients and their families and even the doctors and the nurses will get hugs in the hallway, because dogs can be so comforting. And so when you're an official dog, you get a baseball card.
Oh, wow.
From the hospital, and it's got like facts about the dog. And so that was the charity I wanted to bring up to you and for the fans, especially if people are in LA, to try to maybe donate if they could to the Children's Hospital Los Angeles dog therapy program.
What about cats? Like I
have a cat too.
Okay, never
well,
mind.
What? No,
Okay,
you don't like cats? No, go ahead. Tell me what you don't like cats.
No,
You can.
it's a running joke on the show that I don't like cats.
Okay, well, I hear that. I mean, people, but I love cats too, and I have a cat, and I've had many cats. I've rescued many cats over the decades. I'm obsessed with my cat, who right now is the youngest cat I've had in a long time. She's about a year and a half, and her name is Fig. And if you saw a picture, you might change your mind.
Hey, it says here you were in a movie called A Kiss Before Christmas.
I was.
It was a holiday movie.
Yeah, people love their Christmas movies. I get why, because I'm a big Christmas baker, and I have a lot going on in my kitchen in December in the holidays. I do gingerbread houses, like all that kind of stuff. And it is nice to have your TV on with just these sort of like fluffy, mindless Christmas movies that just make you happy.
This is getting too weird because you like the VW vans.
Yeah.
Christmas movies. We have a friend that just stopped by, and you just said fluffy.
Oh.
Here, come on, just for a minute, just say hi. Yeah, so.
Hey,
How are you?
nice to see you.
Very nice to meet you.
He's got one of the biggest VW vans.
I gotta be loud because I don't have a mic, so it's like I'm talking into Mike's mic.
Mike's mic.
Do you have a VW?
I have a couple.
He has like
30.
30.
You have 30?
Yeah.
He's got one of
Set
the
it up,
most.
bring her over. All right, I'll be over here.
All right.
Oh my gosh. Well, mine's a 1978. Her name's Penelope. I've had her for over 30 years, and I just put in, she was on Jay Leno's car show with me, so she's legit.
What are your views on social media, pitfalls and downfalls?
And how do you feel about social media?
When I was a kid, like everything, you had to kind of bleed for it. You had to, like I'd wait an hour, 2 hours listening to the radio to hear my favorite song. Now someone just does this or does that. Like I feel there wasn't so much coming at you, and things were more special because in a way you felt like you earned it, you know?
Well, there's no delayed gratification exercises in today's world. Even you go back to starting with the microwave, sort of the beginning of this mentality that everything has to happen instantly. And it's just not how anything good works. You know, you don't learn a language, you don't learn to play the piano or the guitar, you know, none of these. And so kids get very frustrated very quickly because that, like I said, delayed gratification, to be able to put a lot of effort into something for a long time before you get the payoff. I think the worst thing about social media is the comparative stuff. Everyone's filtered. Even if you're not filtered, the images you put up there, the whole experience of it is filtered. You know, like here I am with this happy moment. Here's this other happy moment. When you compare yourself, it's really the death of everything. The death of joy, the death of your self-esteem. You know, you'd have to be able to approach social media without that for it to be a good service.
Let's talk about, well, is there new projects that you want to mention or talk about, or you've got in the hopper, anything that?
I mean, I am working on stand-up, which is so scary. I have quite a few comedian friends, and I've told many of them, okay, I'm gonna go do a 5 minutes at some club in Hollywood, and I'm gonna fail miserably, and I just need to start doing that on a more regular basis. It's not like acting at all because you're writing your own stuff, and it's your own point of view either on life or stories about your own life. The community, when I did the Showtime special, were so great and so supportive, and I've really found that. At least the female comedians have been really supportive.
I've been thinking about doing a 5 minutes myself.
Oh, okay, yeah.
I want to put myself in the worst possible position, so I figure if I can survive it. I'm thinking about opening for Gabe one of these times, so he can put me out there.
Is that what you want, somebody 5 minutes to open for you? Is that?
All right.
Because it looks
since
like
I'm still here. First of all, you have 2 donuts left. Hey, if you both want to come on and do a set.
Let's do it. We should do it. We should make a pact that we both go on
to do 5 minutes. 5 minutes.
And see who's worse.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you call it 5 minutes, then it's going to be a 5 minutes.
Right.
It's going to be an epic. It's going to be an amazing 5 minutes.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah. I mean, I have 20 minutes that I did on Showtime.
Oh, now she's showing off.
No, that wasn't.
Right.
But I want to write a different 5 minutes.
Well, it's time for this part in the show called Rapid Fire Fun.
Okay.
Before we start,
Rapid Fire Fun, not just rapid fire.
Okay, do you remember 2002?
Okay.
You were at the Magic Castle.
Yes.
And you were in the piano bar where Irma was playing. Remember the...
I know Irma. I'm a member of the castle.
And you looked across, you were sitting in the couches, and you looked across at this really cool, sexy dude.
Okay.
And then he looked back. Do you remember this at all?
No.
That was me.
Okay.
You don't remember this? We've
that
met
our
before.
eyes met?
They met for about 4 seconds.
Wow. No, I don't remember. I apologize. What was Irma playing?
I don't know.
Oh. Are you a member of the castle?
No. That was just a guess that night, but that was like the biggest moment of my life. You don't remember this?
I'm sorry. I feel bad now.
All right,
Oh my
rapid
God.
fire fun.
But I love the castle. I feel bad.
Tell her about your pants.
Were you wearing special pants for those 4 seconds?
They told me I couldn't come in because I wasn't wearing proper pants. They have a really strict...
They do have very strict rules. You're
So
right.
they gave me special pants, and I had to go into the bathroom, and you know those bathrooms are so small you can barely move. And so I'm standing in that bathroom taking off my special pants to put on their special pants. No, it was in their little tiny restroom,
Right.
and then you're realizing you're standing in pee-pee and...
Oh God, this
all
is
that.
a bad. And this is before we met for 4 seconds?
Yeah, it was before,
Wow,
and
maybe
I thought
that's why I
maybe
don't
the
remember.
reason that you didn't... Well, anyway, I just thought maybe because I had the wrong pants on, darn
It
it.
could be that.
It could have been that.
It could be that. It could have been that.
I thought
That
for
sounds
sure
like
you were
quite
going to
a night.
remember. I thought at some point in this interview you go, have we met?
Oh. Were you wearing pee-pee socks? I bet nobody said that to you in one of these interviews before.
No.
No.
All right, rapid fire fun. Here we go. Favorite movie of all time?
It's okay, Tootsie.
Favorite cartoon growing up? It's a big one.
Bugs Bunny.
Favorite song of all time?
This is not it, but it's rapid fire. Okay, Casey Musgraves has a song called Follow Your Arrow.
First car you ever owned?
A Toyota Celica.
Did you drive when you were 16?
I drove before I was 16.
Me
I used
too.
to steal my parents' car and drive it around. It was a stick shift orange Vega
Wow.
with a black stripe down the side.
Yeah.
I grew up driving a stick shift in and around San Francisco.
Oh, wow.
So I'm a good driver.
Wow, you didn't burn out the clutch?
I did not.
On the hills? No?
And that's a skill that never goes away, which I'm actually really happy to have because a lot of people don't drive a stick.
Favorite ride at Disneyland?
Ooh. Well, it's a newer ride, not newish ride, but I do love this ride. It's at the other park. So does that count? It's at the...
Yeah, let's hear that one and then I
It's
want...
the Cars ride.
Yeah.
Oh, I love that ride. Splash Mountain was up there for a
Yeah.
long time. Pirates of the Caribbean, I guess. Peter Pan.
First music you bought with your own money?
I remember the first album that I ever won off of a radio station back in the days when you had to dial the phone,
sure.
you know, and was ELO. I still have my album collection from when I was a kid.
Favorite superhero? and why?
Oh, okay. Guess I'm gonna stick with Superman.
Yeah.
Yeah, not that complicated.
If you could master a musical instrument, what would it be?
Well, I play the piano. I am absolutely not a master. I used to play really well when I was young, and then I didn't play for many, 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 many years, and then now I'm doing that again. But the ukulele is a thing that I also am sort of toying with, and I would love to be really good at that, which I could be. I just have to do it. That's the thing. We were talking about delayed gratification. I just have to play the ukulele every day for a couple years, and then I'll be good.
Favorite breakfast cereal growing up?
It's so fun because I don't eat breakfast cereal anymore, so it's fun to sort of revisit that. Okay, so Lucky Charms were in our house, for sure. I was a weird kid, and I think it might have been Rice Chex. Not the wheat ones, but the white ones that were just full of sugar. Also Frosted Flakes.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Corn Pops.
Yeah, those are great.
Honeycomb. It's all coming back.
Yeah. Sugar Smacks.
Sugar Smacks. Oh, Sugar Smacks. Right, Sugar Smacks.
What's it like to be popped?
Uh-oh.
Look.
Oh my gosh, this is one that I sign at Comic-Con.
Yeah, I bet.
Quite a bit.
A lot of them.
It's so cool. Isn't that cool? She was awesome. It's so great to be a part of that.
Well, what did you build today for us?
I think I built the person that cleans this building. She'll be here tonight, wiping this table down. I'm happy with that.
You have to name it. Name her.
Pearl.
Pearl, okay.
Pearl. I think it looks like Pearl. I think you kind of want to hang out with her, but she also might beat the living daylights out of you with that golf club. I'm not sure.
All right.
Well, thank you.
I actually had a blast.
Did you have a good time?
I'd say it's in my top 2 favorite interviews of all time.
How many have you done? 2?
Tell you, I really had fun. It was super
glad.
interesting and fun, and I'm looking forward to our comedy thing.
Yeah, okay. Oh my gosh, I feel like more commitment.
So there you have it, folks. That wraps up another edition of Pop Talk with Teri Hatcher.
Thank you.
Thank you.
It's like golf clap. Golf clap.